Shalom, shalom. It is such a beautiful day out here. So I had to come before we run some errands and film this video to talk finances in Africa. Okay. Talking about YouTube, business ownership, being a content creator, because a lot of people assume that being a content creator is like the influencers and like these people that just do like brand sponsorships and all of these things. And yes, you can do that. Some people do that, but the way we view business is much different. We actually turned down 37 brand sponsorships at this rate. We get emails all the time from brands in China, Dubai, of course, America. Recently, one from Illinois. They wanted us to come in and film some content in Chicago. And we turn it all down. And you may be like, girl, why would you do that? Why would you turn it down? I'm gonna tell you why we turn it down. We turn it down, one, because our trajectory should stay here in Africa and invest in African businesses or in African diaspora businesses. Number two, we have our own product suite. We make curriculum, we structure services. We have our own IP, which stands for intellectual property. And so for us, it would be foolish to sponsor somebody else's business when we have our own intellectual property that we have as digital nomads in Africa. And so this isn't something that just happened by happenstance. This was a strategic map that we laid out back in 2018. We knew we wanted to start a creative marketing agency. We knew we wanted to consult with businesses. We didn't know it would be real estate and finance firms. I was thinking more along the lines of like health and wellness back then because I used to work in healthcare. I worked in mental health. I worked in Nationwide Children's Hospital on the neuroscience unit. Okay. And so that was what I was used to. And although we actually have clients in Black Educators Amplified right now that are in healthcare, it's sort of a new thing for the agency because we historically serve real estate, finance, a few e-commerce and things like that. But this is something that you need to listen to if you want to move to Africa in 2025, because the reality of moving to Africa is you should not be looking for a job. You need to own your business, own your time, own your resources. If you don't own a business like that, then at least we have acquaintances who live in Zambia and in different countries in Africa that do have remote work, but they also invest in stocks, in crypto. So they have ownership in a different way. And so this is why it's so important to have financial know-how and knowledge. Entrepreneurship is finance, economics, finance, knowing how to budget your money, finance, to live way below your means so that you can live your best life here in Africa and abroad in whatever country that you choose without having to go back and forth and waste your money, because we all know travel is quite pricey if you're going to go from Africa to America. There's a system where you can travel from Eastern Africa to Southern Africa to West Africa, even Eastern Africa to spots in Europe is more affordable than traveling from Eastern Africa to America back and forth. And these are some of the logistics that people don't think about all the time, but they're so crucial. They're so important because it really, really matters when you're creating a strategy for you to relocate abroad. Now, the most important part of this strategy, again, is going to be your business, okay? Starting that business while you're in America, getting it profitable. We always say that we would never recommend anyone leave America without a profitable business. When I say profitable, I don't mean you have an LLC and that's it. I mean you have an LLC, you have your website, you're driving website traffic, you're speaking to prospect clients, and you've replaced your income so you don't have to work a 9 to 5. Maybe you're just using it for extra money to save, but you don't actually have to work a 9 to 5. Your business itself is funding your life and you are using your own investments into your business. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of strategy that you need in Africa in 2025, because you're in a better situation even from 2020 when we left, honestly, because in 2020 a lot of these digital nomad visas, self-employed visas, I was just looking today at Kenya, they have a new class C permit that is phenomenal. Okay, if you are in the special skill set level, which includes education consulting, finance consulting, CPAs and accountants, raise your hands because we work with y'all, right? These are specialized services. Marketing and information technology, that's where we are. Marketing and information technology, communication specialists, okay? And if you network with these organizations and these bodies in America, we always say you have to do that networking in America to establish your business and your network beforehand, before coming. So you can lean on that as credibility, because if you come to Africa without that credibility, you look very suspect. You just do. People want, here in Africa, people want you to be an expert at what you do. When you talk about what you do, people can tell whether you're passionate about it or not, whether you're an expert or not, okay? By the way, this video is sponsored by SoFi. They don't necessarily have sponsorships with us, but we do have referral campaigns with SoFi because they are the best digital nomad bank account, hands down. They're probably the only institution that we have worked with over the trajectory of the last 4 years, and didn't do any other referral networking with any other companies except them, and then Wise as well. Check out the link in the description to get your SoFi Invest account, because, ma'am, sir, when you are abroad, you want to diversify. We invest in gold, sold off the gold, invested in some US bonds, okay, holding that right now. About to invest in the S&P 500. We used to invest in the Wisdom Equity Tree Japan. This is a hedge fund for wealthy people, wealth management type of deal. These are the things that are important when you're moving abroad, so that you have multiple streams of income in your business, so that you know how to trade options lightly, so that you know how to go in the stock market and get some money and then come out the stock market. You can do all of that in SoFi Invest, except crypto. SoFi Invest is good for the stocks, they're good for options, okay? And so these are the tips that y'all need, these little details that really matter, so that you can become the best version of yourself, living your dream life in Africa, and like us, about to go run errands in one of the most beautiful malls that I've ever seen in Africa. So tell me your biggest takeaway from this video. And if you would like to speak to me one to one along these lines on finance, entrepreneurship in Africa, and diversifying your life, check out the link in the description. And I will talk to you soon, because I'm going to go try and get my favorite hazelnut coffee from my favorite cafe here. Okay. So shalom, shalom. Have a good Friday. Have a good Shabbat tomorrow. Shalom, shalom.